Hello, everybody. I know it looks like we have 3 guests. No, we don't. We have 2 guests today. It's just, actually 1 guest and myself. Today's going to be a very interesting show. Today, I have the one and only Mr. Mark Tarolia, the kingpin of insurance down in Miami, on the show again. That's right, again. And we're going to be talking about looking into the future. That's right. We're going to look into the future. This can mean many, many, many different things, as you see the title right there, the kingpin of insurance. So, guys, hold on to your seats. Get ready. It's going to be an impactful episode on the unapologetic entrepreneur. We'll be right back. Come on. All right. There's little delays here. Okay. How's everybody doing, sir? How are you doing? It's been a while since we had you on the platform. How are you doing today?
Hey, man, I'm doing fantastic, man. Like you say, any day above ground is a blessing, right?
All right. Okay. Okay. I haven't heard that part from you like that. Okay. Okay. But, today's, interestingly enough, is titled Looking into the Future. With the year coming down to an end, the last month of the year.
That's
Man,
right.
it's been quite a road, man. I got one question to ask you just to warm you up. I'm curious. What's the year been like to you? How would you say this year treated you?
How this year treating me? I think this year treating me with a lot of grace.
Grace. Give me
Yes,
more.
because let me tell you about me. I've been for the last 12 years. It's been all gas, no brakes. No brakes, just nothing but gas. I've been breaking a lot of furniture, figuring it out, because you know me, I'm always on the growth path, so I'm always trying to figure it out. And I think because I learned so much from previous years, and I implemented so much this year. I said grace because even though we switch gears so many times, personal life, business, fitness, I tried a lot of avenues, and till this day, this is still my best year ever. Still the greatest year I ever had, even with the movement going on and with everything behind the scenes going on. So I would have to say grace, man.
That's a good one, Grace. So
Yes.
we did title this perfectly with looking into the future, right? Me and you could have a conversation. We have some people on the line, so we're gonna, guys, like about the platform. First of all, like, share, subscribe right there. Boop, boop, boop. But also, you guys are welcome to join in the conversation by talking in the chat. We already heard it from the one and only Mr. Mark Tarolia, where he said grace. That's how the year's been treating him. But, I could have 20 million questions written ready to go. But I think we can elaborate and have a conversation. So that's the style we're going to have today. We're going to have an open forum. Let's just say hi to some people. To Kira Sullivan saying hi and checking in. We got Mr. Ashwin.
The
Ashwin is
Ash, my man. What's up, man?
said Kira's super excited about she didn't even know you were on. She said, "Oh, okay. What's up, coach? All
What's up,
gas. No
TT?
break. Look at
That's
this.
right.
She hit you with the
All
boom.
gas.
You got Heather saying my
Miss
coach.
Heather from where's she at? She in Maryland.
Baltimore. She's in the
B-boy.
Baltimore.
There we go. Miss Carla Powell down in South Florida. Good evening. Good evening.
She went live today. We saw you go live. Great live. I saw the playback. I like that. I like that. Showing that's part of the year. Everybody's showing growth, coach. So as they're calling you online right now, coach. Growth. You said the years treated you with grace. So what do you think has been the biggest learning lesson? Because you made major transitions. I don't know. You made transitions.
I made major transitions. Like I said, with fitness, personal, and with business, especially business. Business, we have made major moves. Major moves. Yes. Not minor, but majors.
Wait, let me look at my notes real quick. There's a word I want to say. Can you unpack that?
Yes.
What kind of moves?
Very strategic alignment with partners. When it comes to the people we work with, the people we created relationships with people. And when I say people, I mean entities, in order to grow a lot faster. Because CO Life, that's the brand. We have transitioned from the chosen ones to CO Life, and now we have entered a bigger arena. We have entered the major leagues, and with the relationship that we have now, we could do a lot more for the people that we're serving.
Okay. So what is one of the things that you say is in your immediate future as far as that you visualize? Because I know a lot. I've been pleasured to hear you say a few things, but what do you see coming forward? Let's moving up. Let's talk about the first quarter, because I know you probably have a whole year mapped out. What are you looking at the first quarter looking like right now?
As far as what?
As far as, let's go business, health, spiritually. Talk to us. Let us know. You're the guest, so we're gonna let you talk. This is your day.
I thought we was having a conversation, man. I thought it was gonna be.
You're not asking me any questions, so I'm taking advantage.
No. This is about the future. Let's talk about the future. I can talk about me all day. But the thing is, today, what I want to do, I don't want this to be an autobiography. I want this to be something that we could help other people and enlighten people and inspire other people, especially entrepreneurs. So how do we do that? What do the future look like? Are people thinking about the future? Because let me tell you this, Leo, so many people are not thinking about the future, and I understand why. You know why? Because they're thinking about today and tomorrow. So when you ask me what the next quarter looks like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't answer that. You know why? Because I'm 10 years down the road. Now you ask me, what do 10 years look like? That's a much easier question for me to answer. I can tell you, I want to help 100 individuals make $1 million a year. Not $1 million in 10 years. No, $1 million a year. I want to help so many families. What I want a compound. Why would I want a compound? I talked about this before. Because I have some beautiful kids. I love my kids. And I never want them to leave my sight. That's the type of parent I am. That's the type of parent my dad was. I didn't leave my dad's house until I got married. So I'm going to put that same expectations on my kids. But guess what? I'm going to take a step further than what my dad did. When they do get married, they're going to have a huge house on my compound, so that rent-free, they could just live their life and take care of my grandkids. That's my 10-year goal. Because right now, my son is 21. My oldest daughter she's 10. She'll be 20. My youngest daughter should be 19, and my son, he'll be 13 in 10 years. So my 10-year goal looks a lot much clearer than my next quarter goal. Now, the question is, once you're clear about your 10, 15, 20-year goal, you need to re-engineer that. Okay, now I got my goal.
Reverse engineer.
Now I have my goal. How do I get it? Now I need to put some plans in place to make sure that I get these goals. So I'm gonna ask you, because you're not going to answer. I know you, Leo. You're not going to ask a question you're not prepared to answer yourself. So what do the next year look like for you, boss?
Next year is all about scaling. This year was getting things together. This year was getting to know what was around. I had a lot of grace and mercy. Thanks. Um, I put the
Oh,
proper
grace.
things
I
in
heard, oh,
position.
that word sounds familiar. Grace.
Grace and mercy and
Okay.
mercy,
Okay.
because I was given mercy for all the, the errors. But that's how we learn. I've done a lot of episodes where I'm talking about falling forward. I wasn't really talking to everybody. I was having a conversation with myself. I did fall, but I fell forward. So I do agree with you that, you know a lot of people are living in the present. And if there's something, if oh man, I'm giving away part of a talk that I'm going to talk about. Okay, I'll give this clue. See, if there's something about the present, the word present is a gift. The enemy comes to take away your gift of the present and keeps you away from looking to the future by making you look at the present and also drag your past. So this was a year where I can cut away from the past and actually look into the future. The first next year is all about assistance now. This year I got a good try, a good run at helping people, but next year I'm going to 10x that. I have a goal of helping people now transform their lives. But before I was able to even think about that goal, I had to help the first person transform, and that was me. So now that I got a blueprint and I got, as I was taught, ETA, now I can pass that down, and not only in my entrepreneurship, but in life, I would say, because that's where I'm going to. I want to make changes. I'm going to make changes in other people's lives next year, impact them not only financially but also impact them spiritually and mentally.
So I got
Oh,
a question. So you said the devil. What is the devil? What does the
I
devil
said
look like?
the enemy, but that could be anybody's. For
Oh,
some
you,
people,
you said the
that's the
devil.
devil. I said the enemy. The enemy comes to
Okay,
steal your
what does
present,
the enemy look like? Who's the enemy?
the worst version of yourself. The worst version of yourself. We all have them in. Oh, how
That's
does a
right.
person? Oh, Takira got a question already. Look at this.
That's what I'm talking
How does
about.
a person that never had mentorship, support, and no one in their life that has been successful see a vision that is beyond the scope of their reality that they have lived all their life? Hmm. Okay, I'll take a crack on this one, Takira. Everybody has a mentor. People might not call him a mentor, but if you're following an artist, if you're following a sports athlete, if this is your thing, watching TV, believe it or not, that person's influencing your life. Therefore, they're becoming a mentor. See, my first mentors weren't even people I could talk to. Miles Monroe was one of my first mentors. Like I OD'd on Miles Monroe, and he's still timeless. So listening to him changed my life. Ed Milet, never saw him toe to toe, but I read his book multiple times. So whoever's that person has to first make a mental shift and understand that what they're watching and who they're following is their mentor. So once they're able to understand that, now they can make a proper decision on who they want to follow and why are they following that person. And at that point in time, I think that's when things start to shift because it's baby steps. Everything we do, whether we think it is not intentional, it is. Everything around you affects who you become. So I think that people have to be careful of what they're doing, and all that will spill over into your entrepreneurship, which spills into your life. So I hope I gave you something with that. But that was a very good question.
That was a great question and a powerful answer. So I would say because that is a great question because you don't know what you don't know. So how do you know if this person is a good mentor? How do you know this person is not a good mentor? How do you know that person's successful? What does success looks like for you? And if you can't see it, it's very challenging to imagine it. Think about this, Leo. The person that came up with creating an airplane. Can you imagine me back in 1856? I'm going to you and say, hey, look, I'm going to create a machine that's going to go in the air. So that's vision, right? That
Mhm.
means that's blind vision. And I'm trying to explain that to you, and you're like, this guy is crazy. That means that you need to make it happen in order for me to believe that I could be successful like you and build airplanes. So
Hmm.
I understand what Takira said. You need an example of what you're looking for and what you want in order to achieve certain things. I remember Muhammad Ali said the only reason why he bought a Rolls Royce is to give people in the community belief that they could have one too. And it gave them a voice because people would respect someone with a Rolls Royce. That's a symbol of success and that's a symbol of wealth. So
I think that that whole part with a vision, how does a person without mentorships, how do they get a vision? Everybody has a vision. That's why I said like what we're watching is our vision. Like when I was young, I said I wanted to be in the NBA. As I got older, and I got more developed as a human being, and I realized I wasn't going to be 6'7", and and I realized that I needed to help my mom, and I needed to get a job, and nobody was knocking on my door giving me free college tuition. I realized that that is no longer my vision. I need to figure out what I want to do, and so I think the um, time itself will give you a vision. Now, are there walking zombies in the world? Unfortunately, they are, but they need to be woken up. There's some people that are just trapped in the matrix. My thought is that they stop dreaming, and that's what entrepreneurship does for people, in my opinion. It allows you to dream again. Like I couldn't imagine at the age of 46 saying next year I'm going to make $500,000. When I was in college, that was in the thought process. I don't know one teacher that makes $500,000 not teaching. If they're doing it, they're investors. They took their money, invested, got some money from their parents, some kind of inheritance. But from where I'm from, where I started, where I had to start all the way down from the bottom, as far as the bricks go, because nobody's ever gone to college in my family. I didn't have something that was going to be handed down to me for me to have a head start. I don't know any teacher that can go and make $500,000. Where I'm sitting here right now on this beautiful platform at 517 saying next year I'll make $500,000. And it's more than a dream because our dreams are more like goals. They went from things that you dream about to actual physical manifestation goals that you can grab. So I think that the vision comes depending where you put yourself in that situation. Entrepreneurship wakes up that vision.
and you didn't flinch. You said it twice. You're gonna get $500,000 next year. You didn't flinch. So you really believe that. And what does that mean? That means that you're looking into the future.
I can
You
see
didn't
it.
say I'm gonna make $38,000 next month. I'm gonna make $68,000 next month. You say you're gonna make $500,000 in 2026.
Mhm. There's somebody talking to your cerebral cortex. This is like coach has his doctorate in this one. How can a person get out of their own way, Miss Heather?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm gonna get the easiest answer. They have to want to. They have to make a decision that they want to get out their own way because you knowing is half the battle, but that means that you're not gonna do nothing. Like there's a story about a dog with a nail in his paw, and they keep making all these noise, these squirming noise, and they ask the owner like, "Hey, look, why don't you take the nail out the dog paw until he feel enough pain, he will make a decision to take it out himself." So the person will be able to get out their own way when they decide when things are bad enough, because they are the same person that got themselves in this situation. So they have to be the same person that made the decision in order to get themselves out. Now, Leo, let me ask you this: do you know that the easiest way, and the fastest way to create an enemy?
Besides being become successful,
Besides becoming successful, let me get an answer.
'cause you make a lot of enemies that come with success.
Making an attempt to try to change someone when they didn't ask to be changed. That's how you create enemies. That's why the person because we see people that gets in their way every day, Leo. Heather, you see it too. People get in their own way. But until they say help, they make a decision to say, you know what, I need therapy, I need help, they're never gonna be able. You're never gonna help them. You're never gonna be able to help them. You need to get permission to help them.
Because if you don't, they'll hate you for it. There you go. Now you got an enemy.
Yes,
That's a
definitely,
great question. Oh, we got them
definitely.
coming now. Okay, here we go. This one might have to be read
Man, what's
off
up
the
with
screen.
these 10 paragraph questions, TT? Come
You
on,
know, it's secure.
come on.
Why do people? By the way, let me phrase this when I ask this question. None of us are registered psychologists or therapists. This is all our opinions. So I want people to understand that this is all
That's
coming
it.
from experience.
Right.
So why do you think that people always reflect and reminisce on the past of uh, successful moments in their life, as opposed to living the only time where they can actually implement an action plan to change the trajectory of their life? The past can't be changed, and the future hasn't arrived. All right, that's a lot to say to that. I'll take a crack at it while Coach rereads it. So, why do people always reflect and reminisce on their past? Because they don't know how to live in the present and look in the future. People get stuck like bubblegum. They live in their glory days. They love being has-beens. Now, if you look at it as a negative, those people that live in the past don't know how to forgive themselves. So they get hooked and stuck on bubblegum. Um, all I can say is that you really have to learn to not exist in life. And that also comes, we're lucky enough that, like you said, we got mentors and stuff. You got to stop existing in life, because existence will keep you stuck. And keeping you stuck, you might as well say you're dying, because you're only doing one or two things: you're growing or you're dying. And in order to grow, you got to be able to look forward. And that's why I kept telling people, like I did in past episodes, hey, don't forget to hit the bar. You'll find the episode. You'll understand that you should fall forward. Don't even fall down. Don't fall back. I don't even tell people that you should settle down. For all you single people, you never want to do anything down. You want to do everything forward. Don't get stuck in that one position, because there's no growth there. Again, someone has to wake you up. A lot of people get opportunities every day. They have conversations with people all the time that they're trying to push them out of that spell. As far as why people do it, because they're choosing not to look at anyone or anything besides their own either heyday, or they just want to live in their messed up past and don't forgive themselves. That's what I think.
So this go back to, I call it the Al Bundy syndrome. Have you ever watched Married with Children, Leo?
Oh yeah, love and marriage, love and marriage.
So you see how Al is a star. He's a former football player. He was amazing in high school, and that's all he talks about. That was his best days, and that's all he talks about. Now he's married. He's not happy. He's depressed because he's thinking about the past, and he has children, and he's a shoe salesman. And the only time he gets excited is when he have a flashback of his past. I knew a lot of people that live that same life. They're married with children, and they're reliving their life of the glory days. So these are the type of people, when you see them, all they do is brag about how they used to be good. Even insurance agents. Matter of fact, I interviewed an insurance agent yesterday when I said, so, kind of tell me about yourself, kind of tell me about your past. And he told me, yes, I've been doing insurance for 15 years. Okay, so tell me about your accolades, because I like to hear people brag about themselves. So he told me, yeah, I won an award, I got Rookie of the Year, got this and that. I said, okay, that's 3 awards. Okay, so give me the years that you won these awards. Oh, okay, 2010, 2013, 2016. I said, okay. So what happened between 2016 and now? Like, what happened? Oh, this guy went into victim mode where he talked about this happened to him, this happened to him, this happened. I'm like, wow, this is the Al Bundy syndrome. And it's funny, Takira brought that question up. So how do we move forward? We need to set up some new goals. We need a new vision. We need to start thinking a lot much bigger. We need, instead of thinking about the past when we was the quarterback of the year, we was the number one agent of the year. Let's think about becoming a Mount Rushmore of whatever you do. So you sell cars. You want to be the Mount Rushmore of your car dealership. Let's say you sell designer shoes. You want to be the Mount Rushmore of designer shoes. Let's say if your sales team was to do a draft, what order would you get picked? Would you get picked first? Would you get picked last? Where would you go in that order? We talking about the future you, not the Al Bundy version of you, not the old version of you, right? So I think that's how people should start thinking and stop reliving the past, because they say you get anxiety for thinking about the future, and they say you get depressed by thinking about the past.
Give me anxiety any day of the week if I had to make the choice. What gives the biggest growth, your past, present, or your future? Your past is a learning platform. Your present is what leads you to your future. I think that the biggest growth is going to happen between the present and the future. You learn from your past. You can't grow in the past.
You want to keep going, because I'm gonna go the other route with this one, bro.
Go ahead.
Okay, the past, because I make the mistakes, I know what not to do. So I think you could grow more from the past, because if I have not experienced that, how can I tell others?
Okay, stop right there. That's what I said. You learn from the past. That's a lesson. You learn from the past.
But you growing. But
you're learning where to grow.
So you agree. So if you grow, so the past.
You grow from the past.
You can't pick both. You got to pick one.
Well, you grow from your past. You have to grow from your past. If you don't have the experience, you can't grow from it. I mean, you don't know where the errors are. You don't know where your blind spots were. Nobody told you. There's no lessons in the future because you're not there yet. And you're living in the present. There's very small growth there. So you're going to learn from your mistakes more than anything else.
Oh, okay. So you agree? You agree with me? Okay, good. There you go. Yeah. Okay, so you change your answer. Good job, man.
No, hey, I'm gonna watch the playback. I said you learn from the past. I said the same.
Then you said you learn from. I said I'm gonna go on the other side. You said present and future. Back it up, rewind. Come, how you said?
Bring it back up, rewind.
Watch the replay.
I am. Everybody's gonna watch it now.
Hey, TT. Hey, Francine. Hey, Carla. What did he say? His answer was the future and present, right? Let's see the comments.
No,
let's see the comments.
Love it. I love it. By the way, guys, if you want to get in on the conversation, feel free. Takira's getting a one-on-one here mentorship. She's just asking 20 questions at a time. We also we will take care of the rewind. My director in the back. Look, coach. We will take care of the rewind. So Takira's taking. Look, LaShawn. He said you learn from your past. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, he said that, but he went on to say that you grow from the future and present.
You learn from your past to grow in the future.
So what was your answer?
In that case, yeah, you said the same thing.
Okay.
This is what our conversations end up being like, guys. So you're getting a preview to behind closed doors. Hope you're enjoying it. By the way, the phone line is open. If you got a question, don't bombard it. Also, you can put some on the screen. Don't be afraid to jump in. I want to say welcome to some of our new viewers, Miss Francine Reeves. I see you there. She's been laughing at the Al Bundy jokes. And we got, let me see. Oh, Ashwin, you're there hidden. You already said hi, but you're hidden there in the cut. So let's pick up the conversation here. What is one thing that you would tell an entrepreneur to look out for a lesson you learned from this year? Because you've been around in entrepreneurship for a long time. And in this industry, you've been around about 15 years. But what's something that hit you this year that you could say, yeah, that's a new one? Because if that's where, again, monumental growth happens. I remember you saying we certain X, we grew. So that growth came from seeing something new.
I would say trends. Usually you want to do what people are not doing. You always want to go opposite of the trends. This year was the year for entrepreneurs to go with the trends. And one of the major trends was systems with AI.
Hmm. So you said to look out for the trends, follow the trends. That's the thing you
Yes.
said.
Usually I would always say go against whatever everybody else is doing. And I got this from Warren Buffett. If everybody's going this way, you go the opposite way. But for whatever reason, for this season, for especially with technology, you need to follow the trends, and you need to follow them fast. You need to
Mm.
implement fast.
Okay, and we got some agreements here. I'll take a crack at answering that my own question. I think mine was trust.
Mm.
Mine was trust. Trust in every aspect. Trust the process. Trust yourself. Trust your instincts. Trust your mentorship. Trust who you're following. Trust your system. A lot of times, systems are built, created, and if you don't get microwave success, you tend to step away from it and go back into your comfort zone because you know that it works. So trusting those things transform what I see, and I would tell anybody getting into entrepreneurship, if that was your decision, and today you said I want to be an entrepreneur, trust your decision
Can I
and
piggyback
start moving.
off that?
Of course.
So you say trust your decision. When I hear you say that, I'm thinking about a fighter, a boxer going in the ring, right? You can't go in there casual. You can't go in there. Okay, you know what? I think I want to be here. I don't know if I want to be here. You're not confident. Guess what? Because you're not confident,
You're
when
gonna get
that
knocked
punch comes at you, you'll get knocked out. But if I come in there trusting myself, okay, I'm ready. Come on, let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready. Guess what? You trust in the process. You trust yourself. You trust what you're doing. Even if you're not even sure, but you in that ring, you have to be sure. You need to tighten up, embrace yourself, and fight. Because entrepreneurship, you are fighting for your life. You fighting for your
out.
future too.
You're fighting for your future self. And LaShawn, it's funny you would ask that. Can you discuss some of the changes you made for personal growth? That was it. That was the first one. That was my very first choice in December. I made a decision, as we say, got mad,
Mm-hmm.
trusted the process, trusted myself, and I became and continued, even though I fought it sometimes, I did 90% of my time, I was very obedient. I stopped using my own brain because my own brain got me as far as it can get me. So adapt new thoughts, new ideas, reprogramming, and now I rebooted and I've hit upgrades. So the first thing is trust. Like I said, that's one of the major things. I just gave you an order exactly what I did. What do you got for a coach? She asked a pretty interesting question. We were already on it.
Yes, I would say sticking to the plan. What do I mean by that? Once you
Mm.
set out a goal, once you set up a plan, a system, stick to your guns and trust yourself, because then you're going to see things around you that are going to make you second guess what you're doing. But do not, don't take your feet off the gas. Continue going, because you have to paved the pothole that you think you're going to see. In your mind, it's there, but it's not there because somebody done put some concrete on it. So just keep moving forward. KMF, just keep moving forward.
Oh, no plug, no plug. Hey, stop that. Okay, oh man. So there you go. And you got a new you got Francine saying I'm trusting now.
I'm
Now
trusting now.
trust comes with some changes. So be careful and be alert of the changes, because sometimes we even got to trust the things that we don't see that might not make sense at that moment. So
Gotta be
it's
faith.
you gotta
Faith.
have, there you go. Blind faith. Marvin got some words. Many people talk about work ethic, But what's one unconventional habit or mindset shift that truly sets you apart? Hmm. What's one thing that sets
Okay.
you apart, Coach?
So I'll say this. I remember when I was in the field, when I say in the field, driving around knocking doors. One of the things I pride myself is being coming home 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night saying that I bet you I'm the only person in the insurance industry outside still knocking doors this late at night, everybody home having dinner. And because of that, I deserve and I'm worthy of everything that's coming my way because I'm making the sacrifice right now. That was a shift in my mindset because I made myself worthy because I forced myself to do things that I knew, not what I think, that I knew other people won't do. And I
Okay,
continue to
so
do the same thing right now. I know people are not going to be up 12, 2 o'clock in the morning. And I call it Krispy Kreme time. When I see that green light on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and I know people are is not as bold as I am, I'm going to spark some conversations and communication. To this day, I do the same thing right now. I have the same beast mentality where no one is going to do the things I'm doing, so I deserve everything that's coming my way.
oh, I'll answer that for you, Marvin. And I won't say work ethic. And you know what? If I'm wrong and you guys know me, you can write it in the chat. I'm willing to take the criticism. And I also got Mr. Mark Tarolia here. But consistency and adaptability. That's the things that sets me apart from people. I'm the type of person that once I put my mind to something and I start doing it, I'm gonna do it. Win, you lose or draw, I'm gonna do it. Um, I can adapt to any room. I can talk to people in the street and relate to them, or I can go to a boardroom and talk to them in their language and be okay. So I think that sets me apart. So that's a form of communication. I could do nonverbal communication too. So it's adaptability to my situation and circumstances. And along with adaptability, I would say that I can control my universe. What do I mean by that? Well, if the room is full of people that are all negative people, I can adapt to that, but then I could change the temperature and change the conversation where people would actually adapt to me. So that's what I mean by adaptability. It's not just I adapt to the room I'm in, but I can adapt and have people adapt. I think that sets me
So,
apart.
so you could be in a room full of snakes and not be phased. You're unfazed.
Now more than before.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because you have your iron, your armor is thicker now. Now
Hmm.
let me ask you this: would you call that a skill, or were you born with that? Did you have to develop that within time?
I think that was developed in time. My childhood, I think I did it, but I didn't know what I was doing. I'm one of three that didn't turn out doing the same things. I hung out with people that either been in jail or hooked on drugs, and I'm not that person. I went to college, like, but I was hanging out with what people would say would be the wrong crowd, right? Honestly, a lot of people are, they turned their life around, but at that time in my life, I guess I was doing it already. I just didn't know I was doing that. I was just being myself, but I fit in with them. So I think it's now that I have control of my thoughts and self development. Now I know what it is that I'm doing, so I could channel it. So now that I could channel it, I can actually I know what I'm doing, so I could enhance it. You know, uh, bit by bit.
So you're more intentional now.
Oh, with everything, everything is intentionality.
I love it.
Everything, everything. We
I
got some
love it.
questions, some stuff.
Got some
Wait,
great
we got.
questions.
I know, I know. Oh no, that was old right there. Can you discuss? Oh, we went through that one. All right. We got Natasha with trust God didn't bring you here for nothing. No, he did not. Okay, we got a building question for you, coach. All right. When building a team and really wanting to 10x, I think everybody wants to 10x, so let's just leave that there. Really wanting to 10x your business, what is the number one thing you need to do before you make a decision to be able to prepare for the team you are manifesting?
You want to get
That
that? Or
is,
you want me to get that one?
I can get it. It's easy. The first thing you got to do is personal development mindset. You got to have the mindset for it. Otherwise, you may scale too fast, and if you scale things too fast, they will fall. You can't make more money than you can think of. Therefore, you can't grow any bigger than you can imagine. So you have to. It starts here. So you act as if. So if you're acting as if, and you're living in your future self, did I talk about a book we're reading? If you're living in your future self, it all falls into place. That's my answer.
Okay. So I would say, because she was vague, she said she wanted 10. Okay, obviously building a team really wanted to 10x your bid. Okay, she was exact 10x. So what would that look like? What type of team would you want? You want them to have A+ work ethic. You want them to understand how to communicate. You want them to be builders also. You want them to be consistent. You want them to show up for drill the skills. You want them to be self-developed, right? You want all these things in an agent. In order to have a business and an agency, to have all these components, you need to be the first one to have it, all those things. You need to become what you want to manifest first. You can't have a team that has integrity if you don't have integrity. You won't attract a team that has work ethic if you don't have no work ethic. You won't be able to attract a team that's craving and obsessed about self-development if you don't read a book, or if you're skipping the book of the month. And that's one of the things I have for Marvin question. That's one of my competitive edge is I read more than anybody I know. Nobody reads more than me. That nobody I know personally on my level reads more than I do, or listen to more audiobooks than I have. So that's one of my competitive edges. So be the person that you want with your team to have. Like, for example, I'm gonna tell you, this is me. I always crave that I wanted a team full of superstars. So guess what? I was the number one agent in my first company. I was the number one producer there. My second company, I said I wanted a team of all-stars. I wanted 6-figure income ring earners. Guess what? I became that. I was the number one regional director within 18 months. So guess what? I said I wanted a team to be producing $1 million a month. Guess what? We did it. So now, because we did it, now I could confidently tell people, look, we have built $1 million producers and $1 million agency owners. Because we've done it, we could build you to become that. But I had to be the prototype first in order to attract and be a magnet to the things I want, the people I want.
You have to be able to do all the steps to get to duplication.
The prototype, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
We got some good ones. I'm gonna pick one here that really caught my attention. And no offense, I just see all of yours, but one caught my attention here. This is interesting. Surprised nobody jumped on that one. Should entrepreneurs prioritize stability over rapid growth?
You don't want me to answer that question, Cherry or Leo.
I want you to answer.
I'm all about gas. Look, the brakes is off. I'm not. We could get stability later on. I could always put on some brakes, some foundation. No, I'm all about rapid growth. I ain't all about rapid growth. You know why? Because I work very well in chaos. Everybody can't. Now, for somebody like you, Leo, you have OCD. You like my wife. I have OCD. Everything has to be perfect. Me, no. I'm coming in. I'm breaking furniture.
Well, I'm a systems guy, so this was going to be one that we're going to be torn apart. I'm about stability over rapid growth. I want stability.
I'm all about rapid.
I would go into stability. Now, here's the thing that I will say, and this is why it's a good dynamic working with you, Coach, because you're about speed. I'm about stability. What happens is when you need something to be stable, I will break it. I'll be the one to break you. I'll put the brakes for you. You can keep going. Don't worry. By the time you look back, you were like, thank you. You got that part. Thank you. But when I need to be pulled, I just hold on to the cape and go. Woo!
That's right.
I let go.
Great analogy. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So this is.
find your quid
Go
pro
ahead. I'll let you
quo.
finish.
You need to find that quid pro quo. You know, alone you could get stuck on stability. But I'm
This is
glad that
why
you're the
I'm not
opposite.
surprised nobody asked this question, Leo. Why you need a running mate?
Running
This is
mate.
why you need a Belgian horse. This is why you need an alter ego of yourself. Me, if I was a part of somebody like me, we'll be going crazy. But because we have a good balance, we have a stability, and we have rapid growth, it works perfect. You have the Lambo, and then now you have the Bentley. You want a 2-car garage. You don't want a 1-car garage. So when you're recruiting, try to recruit your opposite.
Recruit to your weaknesses. Mm-hmm. Can you unpack what you mean by you made yourself feel worthy? What does that mean? I think that was you, sir.
Yes, that means that I'm going to do the certain things that nobody else going to do. Because I'm doing this, I'm worthy. I deserve this. Because I ran 10 miles around the block, I'm worthy of having a slice of cake. I'm worthy. I deserve it. Now, if I didn't run around the block, I'm not worthy of no dessert. I'm not worthy of that cake that's in the refrigerator. But because I did it, because I ran 10 miles, I deserve it. Now I'm worthy of having these things.
Oh, people are getting deep in the questions. Oh man, the next 15 minutes are going to be right. I thought it was only going to be a half hour here. What did personal growth cost you that you didn't expect? What I used to call family, what I used to call friends. I outgrew a lot of things and a lot of people. Um,
That's a great
it
question.
even it even cost me money because I had to now learn the difference between paying and investing. So I think it cost me my old self. That's a great question right there, Coach. That's for you now.
No, I mean that's kind of like the answer. It costs you the older version of yourself. It's gonna cause you to recognize the anchors that you have.
Mm.
It's gonna give you more courage to burn the bridge and the boat.
Mm.
So
That was a deep one.
now, did it really cost you, or that's a price you have to pay in order to become a better version of yourself?
That's a price of admission.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a price of admission. At that time when it's happening, you see it like it's costing you something because your mind's expanding and you don't know any better.
Right.
Once you understand what's going on, then you know that that's just the price of admission. I'm going to be talking about sacrifices, so I don't want to give too much away on that either. See, we can't be talking here. Do you think that if a person feels worthy of success, is deserving of a successful life? Yeah,
It's elephant heavy.
yeah. If you think you deserve it, then you deserve it.
So
What
let me
you
tell you,
know?
when I see success, because let me tell you, when I see people with great things, when I see wealthy people, when I see people doing great, have nice clothes, when I see the nice house, nice cars, I see them donating to certain causes, I see them doing all these things, using money as a tool. I always say, you know what, that person, somebody paid the price. Somebody in that family is the one. Somebody paved the way and sacrificed a lot for that person. If that person's not the one to live the way they live in now, so they deserve it.
Hmm. I'm not sure. I want him to unpack this because I don't want to assume. Mr. James said, "Be no do."
Yes.
I think I know, but if you elaborate on the chat, we'll talk about that. I like that right there. Explosion will be messy. Okay, yes, explosions are messy, but they're created to create mess.
Guess what? We can clean them up. It's always good clean up.
You could
Clean up
clean.
aisle 5. Aisle 5.
Oh,
Clean up.
Takira says we balance each other. All right, and then we got here. How do you balance building others while developing yourself?
You want to get that one, or you want to go?
Well, I'm an example of this. You could build to your capacity, right? So as I get better, I can build to, let's say I'm at a level 9, I can build up to level 8. So my job is to keep removing the lid, keep going higher so I can build other people. I mean, I cannot build a 10 if I'm not a 10. So how do I balance it? By taking a few steps, going a few steps forward and pull somebody up with you. It's like that. I know you guys seen that video of the military when they go to climb the wall. The guys get on the wall and the other guy jumps on his shoulder and they go shoulder to shoulder, and then the guy gets to the top and they just start pulling each other up. Same idea. It's one step at a time. Make sure you go, once you get to one step, make sure you bring somebody with you. So that's what I see. That's a good question.
So I don't believe in balance. I'm always going to strive to be here, always to the peak. I'm an apex predator, so there's never going to be a balance for me. When I see this is what I do, Leo. When I learn something, what I want to do, I want to pour it to somebody else immediately. I don't want to hoard the information, and this is where you get the balance. I wanted to tilt. I always want that tilt because once that balance coming, I'm going to work harder to keep me going up. Because the higher I go up, the higher everybody else go up. So I don't believe I'm not a balanced type of person. I'm always striving to live on the edge.
I think it's the wording there, but I see what I mean. I'm pretty much saying you got to go first. You got to go first and then pull somebody with you. The difference is I go one step, you're going 20.
No, we said the same thing. We said the same thing. I'm just saying that, I like these examples.
When you're saying balance, though, I mean, LaShawn, please feel free to write more or call the line. When you're saying balance, that word throws things off because it does balancing, building others, because you're not doing both at the same time.
Well,
I don't know. That's a weird way to answer. I don't know. Because like you're saying, the word balance, I'm thinking of a seesaw.
But remember. Remember, development don't stop. There's no ending to self-development. Even John Maxwell, who's almost 80 years old, is still developing himself to get better. So there's no stopping.
Yeah. Okay. That's very true. What is the determining? Oh, we got 8 minutes. Let's see. We got a good one. How do I call? It's my phone number. What is the determining? And
there it is.
Hello, you're on the Unapologetic Entrepreneur. How can I help you? Hello?
We can't hear.
You can't hear you if you're muted. Hello? Okay, I'll read the question. What is the determining factor that most people don't know but need to do to get to their future self and really reach that level of success that they desire? Book of the month.
Oh, that's a statement or a question?
It seems like that's a question, but she's saying that it's a reference from the book of the month. Hello.
Wow, I had no idea I can call. So I'm live. I can go ahead and expound on my question.
Oh, you will be live right after this question the coach is about to answer.
Okay, awesome.
You are on speaker.
Let her go. We'll come back to this question. Let LaShawn
go. All right. Go ahead, LaShawn, expound on that because this one is compounded. We're going to answer this question after what you're asking. Go ahead.
Okay, yes. So what I'm asking, and both of you, I'm looking for an answer from both of you guys. So what I'm asking is basically, how do you balance or how do you determine how much time you spend building others and how much time you spend developing yourself?
That's a different question.
Yes, that's a different question.
How do you balance that? Like, how do you if you're building a team or whatever, you'll look up and that team will be gone and past you and you never gave anything to yourself. So how do you balance that out? Like, how do you know how much time to give one to the other?
Coach, you want to crack it first or you want me to go?
I'll let you go first.
All right. He likes to do that, because he thinks I'm going to steal his answer. So I'll go first. I run. I'm going to keep running. It's like, think of a train. We use this analogy at the very beginning when Coach was started this mission on CEO Life. The train is moving. and it was going 5-10 miles an hour, everybody jump on. Now the train is moving. It's the same idea. I keep moving forward, and those that want to come along for the ride are going to follow what I'm doing. So I'm not saying I'm necessarily going to pour into one agent more than any other. I'm pouring, and the ones that are present are catching. The problem is that a lot of people are not present. So I'm going to keep pouring as I'm getting filled, but I need to be filled in order to pour because I can't pour from an empty cup. Okay, coach, is on you.
Nice. So that was a great question. I'm glad she called in because it's totally different. So you have to be very selective of who you point into. Now, how do you select them? You select the people that's actually implementing and not only listening, because people listen, you say, yep. Oh, I'm fired up. Yes. I'm gonna do everything you say. Yes. Come Monday, I got you, coach. And don't do nothing. When they come back, you do it one more time. Hey, I need you to do this. You give me your time. Because this is my philosophy. I'm going to give you my all until I notice that you're taking it for granted. I'm not the type of person you got to build the trust with. No, I'm going to trust you until you do something I can't trust you no more. So now, you give the person an assignment. They don't do it. That's your sign for not giving them enough time. Now you have to move on to the next person that's more worthy, more deserving of your time. Because that's one thing you can't never get back is time. Right. So people have to value your time. How? By implementing the stuff that you're pouring and teaching.
There you go. So nice. He gives you task. I'm still being poured into, and I just let that pour out and keep getting filled. But people are gonna. My version is that people are gonna be around. People will eliminate themselves.
You need to test people.
Yes. Yeah, they will eliminate themselves. They will eliminate themselves. You tell them meet me at 5 a.m. There'll be a select few that'll wake you up at 5 a.m. If they really wanted the help, they'll be there, right? But you can't make it convenient. But people will eliminate themselves. It's happening all around us. People eliminate themselves from being a part of your life just because they're not where you're at. You outgrow them, you outrun them, you out hustle them. So, I mean, I don't have to be as selective, but you are selective who you give your attention to. Like, I'm not going to pick up my phone if this person has never been around. No, I'm telling you where I'm going to be. You should be there. Now, if you're always there and by circumstance something happens and you have to call, now it makes it a little different. I hope that helps you a little bit there, LaShawn.
Thanks, gentlemen. So, yes.
I like that. But you know what? Because the side of me, I like to hear the frustration. I'll answer the phone, Leo, and say, before you ask me a question, did you do what I asked you to do? And I need to say it within less than 30 seconds, yes or no. Oh, no. I mean, no. So, hey, take care of what you need to take care of, and let's circle back.
Well, let's try to answer this question. We're going to end it on this one. We got a lot. Listen, guys, the conversation can keep going on the comment section. Don't be afraid. We could keep talking there. It's a beautiful thing. I love the platform because it brings you to Facebook. But this was a compacted, man, these questions. What's going on with you, Takira? I'm not going to say what I said last episode to you. Come on. Make it simple. What is the determining factor that most people
have her call in? Have her call in.
Call in.
Yeah, call in because this question, I think we answered this like 3 or 4 times already.
I'll call out.
Yeah.
Yes. Hello.
Can you ask that question? You're live on the air. You're unpack that question.
Oh my God, I'm live on the air.
Yes.
And it's being recorded.
And good for playback. Would you like to ask the question? I guess your phone is not working. Okay, go. Come on, it's the last question. I don't get paid for commercials.
Okay. I can't because I'm trying to hear you. Wait, Leo. Okay. So the question that I asked, I'm trying to see it. What is the determining factor? Kari, calm down. That most people don't know but need to. right? You read it, to get to their future self and really reach the level of success they desire. The book of the month. The reason why I asked that question is that I'm sorry, you guys. The reason why I asked that question is because we are reading the book of the month. Being your future self. What is it that most people are not? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we're listening. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm sorry, because it's like a little feedback.
You're on the air and you're seeing my reaction. Ask the question. Hello?
I'm here. I can hear feedback. That's the only reason why I didn't
Ask the question. Ignore the feedback so we can hang up an answer for you. It's the last question of the day. Hello?
Yes, I'm here. I can hear my feedback, so that's the problem. My bad. I'm sorry, y'all. It's live. I'm sorry because I get feedback. So, the only reason why I asked that, I apologize, Coach. I apologize. Yes, the reason why I asked that question is because I want you guys for the newer people that's coming on, and even some of us veterans. Can you hear me?
Yes, just ask the question.
Okay. I'm asking that because I want to know, what do y'all feel about that, and the reason why. And the reason why I want to know that is because for the newer people that's coming into the business, into this industry, some of us, yes, can you hear me?
Yes. Hello?
And so I'm just asking for the people that's newer on the call and other people that's here, for the veterans as well. I don't think that we realize or we have ever looked at our future sex. I can't.
Okay, we're gonna
it's not.
we're gonna answer the best we can. All right, Coach. What did you get from that?
I'll piggyback off of you.
What is one thing? Oh man. Okay. Belief.
Because we talked about the trust thing already. The factor.
That's what I was going to believe.
The main factor is trust. The main factor is the second main. Well, there's no main. It's a component of things. You had to trust. You had to believe, right? It's trust and believe.
That's where faith comes in. Yeah.
So I mean, that's the main factor. Is a component of things that you need to have. It's not just one thing that you need to have as a new person to understand.
I can't hear myself.
All right, we got to disconnect because you're on live, literally.
Okay, okay, now I can hear myself. Now it's not a feedback. I apologize about that, you guys. The reason why I posed that question is because I feel like a lot of people, they come into different industries or they have that 9-to-5 mentality, right? So when you think about that, it's like, okay, what can that person do? What can that person really has? Like what is that determining factor that makes people feel like looking at themselves? Okay.
All right. Well, Coach was onto it. It starts
so
with.
I would add vision on there too, Leo. Vision, having a clear vision, a crystal clear vision of what your future self would look like.
So the clearer the vision, the more faith you have, that's going to give you the belief you need to move forward. That's the one thing you have. So vision would be if there was one thing, it would be vision before all, because vision, the vision, that's why they say, hey, write the vision and make it plain, right? It's even
you
a
need
biblical
to see
statement.
it before. Yeah, you need to see it. Yeah.
There you go, Takira. It was a little struggle getting you on live, man. I think that was because, oh, I know what it is. I know what it was, Coach. She has an Android.
Oh, now it makes sense. Now it makes
There'll
sense.
be something in the comments about that.
Because I think LaShawn got an iPhone. It was clear. I think LaShawn, if I was a betting man, LaShawn called in from an iPhone. It was very clear. So I don't know. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Coach, any final words?
Hey,
What
look,
do you got for the people?
This is my last call with you for this year, for 2026. So I will say, man,
2025. Hey, let's not take you a year.
At 2025. Hey, look, I told you I'm in the future already, man. Hey, 2026 is over already, man. I'm telling you. So I would like to thank you for allowing me to come on your platform to share my story, to share my experience. You and Cherry, I do so much for the organization. And I just want to tell you, have a Merry Christmas and thank you. You're doing an amazing job.
So I'm going to let you guys in just for this moment. No backdrop. This is not, I think we have one more show this year. One more show. We still have one more show. But
not saying last one with me and you. I don't know if
this is the last one with me and you, but I got one more with the people. This is what I'm giving the people. Guys, preparation is everything. Vision boards are already being created. My question to you is, where's yours? Where's yours? With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an honor, a pleasure, and a privilege to be here with you today. Make sure you start thinking about the future now. Start putting yourself in the future. That's what we talked about, looking into the future. Start looking into it, crystallize the vision, make it plain, make it clear, write it down, do all the tools that you need to make sure that you have a successful and prosperous 2026. Oh, he's showing even on his iPad. They're all over. Vision boards on all platforms, everything that we have, just so you can keep the vision clear. I told you she was going to be mad. She said whatever. Then we got Android. Now we got an Android thing. Thank you for joining us. Like that, ladies and gentlemen. Be blessed. We are out of here. Oh, man.